helping one person might not change the whole world, but it might just change the whole world for that one person. Hey everybody, Dr. Jones here again with another weekly message, and this message has to do with being present in our interactions with others. It's inspired by a book called Stillness is the Key, written by Ryan Holiday. And the whole idea is around how to center ourselves, how to still ourselves, how to be at peace with ourselves in order to focus on what's important and be present in the moment. You see, oftentimes in this busy, cluttered world of ours, with phones going off, calendars going off, to-do lists, tasks that need to be addressed, we often forget the idea of stopping and slowing down to be present. Now, ironically enough, and this is pointed out in Holiday's book, is the idea that since ancient times, they've espoused the benefits of being able to quiet one's mind and focus on one thing, focus on one task, drown out the outside noise, and live in that moment. Now, I agreed with this a little bit, but then what really brought it home was an example he used about looking at a sunset. When you look at a sunset, do you enjoy the inherent beauty? Do you stand there, still yourself, and soak it all in? Or do you pull out your phone to take a picture? I know which one I do. And that's the bridge that I use to when you interact with someone. You see, when you're interacting with somebody, are you present? And oftentimes we aren't. And I fall victim to this too. Sometimes we're talking to a person or a person's talking to us, and all the while our mind is thinking, our mind is racing. We're talking about, or we're thinking about something completely different than what we're talking about. We're thinking about the to-do list that we have to do. We're thinking about what we have to do once we leave that person. We're thinking about when are they going to stop talking so I can answer before I forget. Instead of living in that moment, being present, and paying them the respect that will actually make a more fruitful interaction for both of you. So I want to give you 3 ways to focus on being present and 3 strategies you can use that will help you in this area. First, be present. Enjoy the moment for what it is. And if you don't enjoy the moment, live the moment for what it is, knowing that it's a moment. If a person's talking to you, listen to them. Try not to think of other things. Push other thoughts out of your mind. Think about it. How many times have you been on the phone with somebody and maybe your favorite TV show is on? Maybe you're trying to pay attention to something else. Maybe you didn't answer the phone at all because you saw who it was and you don't want to talk to them. Where instead, if you pick up the phone, if you meet somebody face to face, if you do anything, be present in that moment with that person. Don't think about when you're going to answer. Don't think about when it's going to be over. Don't think about what waits for you after that interaction is done. Think about that person, and that adds value. Second, acknowledge that they have something to offer you. Every interaction you have with somebody is an opportunity to get something from them. You see, oftentimes we fall victim to the idea that, well, this person's opinion I don't really agree with, so they don't have much to offer me, but I'll sit here and wait and listen to them. Or we say, well, I don't know if they really know what they're talking about, or I'm really not interested in what they're talking about. Where, in fact, every single interaction you have with something gives you the opportunity to take value. Now, that value could be in something that you learn. That value could be in something that helps you with an issue or a situation or a problem that you're having. Or that value could be letting you know what you don't want to do or how you don't want to act, think, or believe. Either way, there's value if you're present and acknowledging that there's value. And third, wraps them all up, show gratitude. Show gratitude for that person taking their time to be present with you. Because think about how many times we've been in an interaction with somebody and it's important to them, and we're not reciprocating with that level of importance or showing them or being internally grateful that they think we're important enough to spend their time with. So there are the 3. Be present, acknowledge the inherent value in the interaction, and show gratitude for it. Most importantly, make someone feel more valuable for having interacted with you than they felt before they interacted with you. Don't ever leave anybody in the negative balance. Leave them in the positive. After all, don't you want to feel better after meeting with somebody? So here's my challenge to you. Next time that creeps in, those thoughts, those distractions, push them away. follow the 3. Be present. Struggle to be present. It's not easy, but struggle and do it because it's worth it. Acknowledge the inherent value in the interaction, and then be grateful that you were able to do that and that you were able to leave somebody in a more positive state than when they first started interacting with you. Let me know how it works out for you. Hey, look, I thank you for taking the time to listen to this. I really appreciate it. I never take it for granted the fact that you're taking time to listen to these. As a matter of fact, if you found any value, all I ask is that you share it with somebody else that might find value, or you follow or you subscribe and get them all as they come out. I'm not going to recite the starfish story about saving that one starfish, but I am going to remind you that doing this for one person might not change the world, but it very well could change their world. And that will make you all the better for it. Remember, be purposeful, act with integrity, and continue to build your character. You have a great day.